We are welcoming you. I am welcoming you, that I am, to Functional Fitness Monday Morning. I'm Ron. We should get started. All right, here, we're going to do something different. Instead of marching, see that? You see that? How that works? Step and step, like that. All right, shake the arms out. Let's go. Let's go. It's serious now. Arms back, the other side, all the way back, all the way up, or as far as you could get, back and up, taking your time, little at a time. So go as far as is comfortable for you right this minute. Because 5 minutes from now, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make these swings up and back, arms up and up. Big changes here, big changes. And this whole startup, we're not just marching. Now we're going to march. I guess it wasn't that big. It was just one exercise before we march. Feet up, knees up, everything's pointed forward. In case you got a little crooked over the weekend, your arms are pointing one way, torso, legs, all different. Kitty wampus. There we go. Kitty wampus. What does that mean anyway? Foot up. Remember, everything is not kitty wampus. It is straight out in front of you. And get the arms going just a little bit more. Get the knees up a little bit higher. Slow it down, will ya? You're going too fast. You got to make the morning last. Up and up. Like that. We're going to be using this in just a couple seconds here. So as soon as we get done with the next set, we're going to bring this back into it. So find your balance on that single leg as you bring the other one up. As high as you can get it, which is as high as is right for you. Arms up, shoulder blades back, slow it down, elbows together, bring it in, elbow fly, and back out again. My first stretch for the morning, so chest open, bring it together, and back out. A couple more times with this, stretching out the upper back as you bring the elbows together. Upper arms stay parallel with the floor. And shoulder blades back, chest open. One more time. Together and back. Wall slides. If you were up against a wall, you'd be sliding the arms up overhead, doing that shoulder press. And bring it back down again. Up, 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 up. And down, bring the elbows in. Elbows out. Up over the head. And back down. In. Out. Up over the top. And back down. We're going to bring the arms down. Hands down. Getting rotation in that joint, in those shoulder joints. And back up. Shoulder blades back. Go down again. And up, we're going to bring the elbows together into that elbow fly, coming forward, going back, up overhead, and back down, and hands down, hands up one more time, elbows in, elbows out, up overhead, reach for the sky, back down, and then rotate that arm within the shoulder joint and back up again. And now just a trunk rotation. So bring the arms, shoulders around, not too much on the torso yet. Make sure the hips and knees are staying straight. Come around on the other side, stretch it out, bring it back in, bring the arms down, shake that out. Next, curtsy lunge, round to the back like this. A little bit. So it's a skater. You can do a skater. Just bring that foot around. Hips forward. It's really what we're looking for. We're opening up those hips. Making sure that we've got movement within those joints, warming them up. Fluid in there. A little flexibility. Step. And step. We're going to bring the arms into this. So as you come back to the middle, it's a 4-count punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and around. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and back. Remember, as you do those punches, coming back to the center, it's the arm goes out, shoulder rotates, 2, 3, 4, but the back doesn't lean forward. Step back and up. So really getting these shoulders into it, because today's class will be a lot of strength. Back and up, 2, 3, 4. Other side, step it back. Knee stays over the ankle, kind of. Back up, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what you want to be sure of when you're doing these skaters, or when you do a lunge, and the difference of a skater is just coming back on the sides, or stepping back, knee and toe on that back leg pointing at a 45. Knee should stay over the ankle either way. That's the important piece. It can come out to the side, but not much. You don't want to put a lot of stress on that joint. All right, next, back to this right here. Knee up, shoulders around. Take your time with it. Remember I said, remember that? Balance. Whoa. Remember I said that? Wish I could do it. Around and back. Roll the shoulders, bring it around, squeeze that back shoulder. So as you come around, it is back shoulder is staying in alignment with that front shoulder, or as close as you can get it. Back. So what you're not doing is just bringing one arm across or bending down. This is a rotation through the upper body, which is that knee coming up in the lower body and around. Excuse me. And we're there. Legs out wide. Heels up to the butt. Like that. Kick it. Take your time with it. Push off. Balance on that single leg. Knee on that moving leg, pointing right down to the floor. And up. And up. Push up. Shoulder press. Down and up. Pushing through the hands as you go up. Rotate. Palms. You know that one. Push. And push. Whoops. Don't push off too hard, though. Up. And up. 2 more. There's 1. My shoulders are starting to get warmed up. It's feeling good. Reverse lunge. Step it back. And up. And back. Knee stays over the ankle on the front leg. Don't let it go forward. Don't be bending backward. We're just doing that reverse lunge. You stay up right in the middle. Back and up. Back and up. We are going to go into a pendulum lunge. So stepping back, stepping forward, and to the middle. Back, up, and in. Remember, as you push off on that front leg, toe comes up first. Pick up the heel and move it back. Step back, step up, and then bring it back to the middle. Back, up, and to the middle. All right. Left leg back, left leg forward. Hold right here in the stagger step. Arms out front. Roll the shoulders out. Up overhead. Shoulder blades back. Open up the chest this time. Really get back there. Get some stretch to the front of the torso. And back down. Foot into the middle. Other side. Stepping back. Stepping forward. Going into that hip hinge. Arms out. Bring the arms up overhead. Shoulder blades are back. Squeeze them. Stretching the chest out. Feeling those muscles work in the upper back. And back to center. Out back. Out front. Roll the shoulders. We're going to get into a side bend this time as well. So as you bring those hands up, hold right here. Down to the side. Bring it back. Arms down. Legs in the middle. Other side. Reverse lunge first. Step back. Up. Out as you do go into that hip hinge. Bring the arms up overhead. We got a side bend going on here. Remember that you've got the ears, arms, spine all in alignment. Pull it down. Back up on top. Bring the arms down as you walk that leg in. We're going to do this again. We're not done yet. Step back. Step up, arms overhead. Shoulder blades are back. We're going to go into that side bend again. A little deeper this time if you can. and back up, arms down, rotation, bring it around over that front leg, roll the shoulders, back to the middle, back to the middle. All right, other side, reverse lunge first, step it forward as you do, arms up overhead, side bend over that front leg, bring it back up this time, arms down, rotation to that other side, bring it around, and turn it back in, and step back. That was a lot for me to remember. I'm pretty proud of myself. Skaters, just around. Now we're doing just the skater. We're not doing the curtsy lunge. We're just doing foot around and up, around and up. Back to the shoulders, chest muscles, push out, turn the hands, roll the shoulder blades back as far as they'll go, elbows back, out and in. So it's around, push out, bring it back in, elbows back when you're in the middle, out and in, out, elbows back, chest is open, front of the shoulders, push out, stretching out the upper back, turn the hands over and bring it back. Right here, march. We're going to step out into a wider march and start bringing those heels up just a little bit higher, taking your time, step it back in again. Back out, wide, and take your time, bringing it back in, push off, getting that balance on that single leg as you do. Out. Hold right here. We're in that wide stance, butt out, arms out front, stretch out the hamstrings into that hip hinge, up over the top, shoulder blades are back, and back down, coming up out of that hip hinge, walk it back in, take your time with it, out, out again, and right here, stay here, it's push, opposite arm, get a little side bend in it, bring the arm up over the head, reach as far as you can, and the other side, and out, see if you can push off on that foot just a little bit, up, maybe just go up on the toe as you do, and then across the body, across the front, right there, reach, and reach, overhead, diagonal, 2, 3, bring it back across body, right straight across, 1, 2, 3, and 4, back up, 1 at a diagonal, 2, 3, and 4, bring it back across the front, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Grab water. Have yourself a drink. Have yourself some weights. So we've been doing a lot of balance. Thought we'd bring some strength into it. A little strength exercises. We're going to work upper body. We're going to work lower body. We're going to start out with lower body. The usual first ones, weighted squats. But back, we warmed up the quadriceps. We warmed up the hamstrings. They're ready to go. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. And push up. Tell you what, palms forward. Let's do palms forward. That rolls those shoulder blades back, opens up the chest. So just think about that. Roll the shoulders back, roll the hands forward, then go down in that squat. Hold. And come back up again. All right, we started. This is it. Down, roll the hips. If you weren't quite ready yet, that's okay. You'll catch us up. You'll catch up to us. Roll and push. Take your time on the way down. Stop at the bottom. Weights in the back half of the foot. Roll the hips underneath and push right straight up. Don't go through the knee. Down, roll, and up. 2 more, I think. Down, take your time with this. Full stop on the bottom. When you roll that hip underneath, feel the quadriceps work, and push up. Down, 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 down. A little deeper. Roll and up. Whew. Reverse lunge. We did a whole bunch of these. Demo, back, front leg, knee over ankle, pushing up through the heel. So you're rolling that hip underneath. Just lift that back leg up, make the front leg do the work. So what you don't want to do is push off that back foot, taking all the work away from where it's supposed to be. Hamstrings to glutes of that front leg. Push and back. Okay, we can start now. Back and up. So here's where it gets to you and what you can do, how far deep you can go. Back up. Whatever you do, though, with that front knee, don't let it go past the toe. Down. It's just like a split squat. As you go down, the heel comes down, but this time you push up with the front leg instead of the back. Step it back, down a little bit if you can, and push up. Back. And up. If you're going down into that lunge, make sure the toe is forward so that the knee and toe are going in the same direction on that back foot. Back leg. And up. 2 more. Down. Roll the hips. Push up. Last one. Down. Roll. And up. Okay, that's been a lot of movement. Let's just do heel raises. Heel raises are good. Just like that. What you're looking for here, ball of the foot all the way across the floor, inside to outside, both feet. Don't let them roll out to the outside. Let's do it. Up. Weight goes into the ball of the foot, not feet, not the heels. Or I mean, not the toes. Definitely not the heels because they're up in the air. And back down. Up. Don't have to come up very high, but hold up there. Feel the calf muscles. Back of the lower leg should be doing the work to lift that heel up. Find your balance. You're going to feel the muscles working on the inside and outside of the legs. Keep that foot flat on the floor, looking for that balance. This is where agility comes from, being able to get up on those heels or off those heels onto the ball of the foot so you can get some fast movement in there. And back down one more time. Up. Hold. And back down. Again. Side lunge. Side lunge. Stepping out to the side. And coming back in. When you get right here, we're going to go into a squat. We're going to stay on that same side. Push up. Step out. Butt goes back. Knee stays over the ankle. Stretches on the inner thigh. Back of the thigh. Back of the thigh. And in. Down. Push back. Drive up through that foot, lifting the heel first, pushing off the ball of the foot, and in, and step it right back again. Out. In. Sorry, I forgot about the squat in the middle. I'm sure you didn't. I did. Out. In. And down. Bring it up. As you come up, remember this. As you're pushing through the stationary leg, that foot's coming up at the same time. So you're working left and right side together. Down, up. So when you get to the top, you're pushing through that, just that single leg. Down, up and in. Last one. Step out. Side lunge. Back to the middle. And we're there. These are going really swell. All right. Hands in front of the thighs. Romanian deadlift. Butt back. Shoulders stay up. The important piece is here is that straight back and up. The butt goes straight back too, but keeping the spine in neutral position like that. Down, butt back, stop at the knees, push the butt out and bring it back in again like that. Down. We're doing it. We're doing it. And heels, drive them into the floor. If you can crack the floor underneath the heels, perfect. Up. What you're doing is working these muscles right here. Hamstrings, quadriceps. Sorry, hamstrings and glutes. Back down. Down, down, down. Pushing the butt out. And back up. So all the work is right back here. Butt goes back. That brings the torso down, square to the floor. Stopping at the knees, pushing the butt out a little bit more. And bring it up. 2 more. Down. I lied. This is the last one. And come back up. Again. Remember the thing we did off on that side? We're going to do it off on this side now. Just take a second. Catch your breath like that. Take a deep breath. Get the legs. Keep the legs moving. That's really important, especially working lower body. Working lower body like this. We want to keep the legs moving. Give them a chance between exercises to cool off a little bit. All right, here we go. Step out. Into that side lunge, butt back. Drive up. Bring it back in the middle. Into a squat. Coming out of that squat, roll the hips underneath. Pushing off with the one leg, the other leg comes up at the same time. Stepping out to the outside. Upper body comes down, butt goes out. Push up, in, and into that squat. Up and out. Hold, back up, into the middle and down. So the same thing with the leg coming up. When you go into that squat, as you're coming to the middle, foot comes up, you're starting to bend that stationary leg knee, and then you're also dropping the foot at the same time. So it's a nice smooth drop, up and out. Last one. Push off, bring it into the middle, and down. All right. That was a lot of exercises. Set your weights down. Grab a drink of water. You have to set your weights down because you have to drink water. You don't have an option. I'll be watching. Like Santa Claus. You don't want a lump of coal. And that's what you get if you don't drink water. We're going to upper body. We are going to the upper body. Starting with basic curls. All these exercises will be pretty basic. They won't be anything fancy. Single plane, going one direction only. Palms forward, shoulder blades are back, biceps curl. If the biceps curl bothers your shoulders, palms in into a hammer grip. Out. We're starting in 3 seconds. Little bend in the knees, shoulder blades are back. Elbows pointed toward the floor. Let's go. That was more than 3 seconds. And back down. Take your time. Don't go fast. Go slow. Keep those muscles in the front of the upper arm. Those biceps muscles working the whole way through this. Time under tension builds strength. Builds character too. Build down. Hold. And up. I just made that last part up. I don't know that. Down. Yeah, I guess so. Patience. It's that patience. You don't have to go fast. What you're trying to do is feel the benefit of the exercise in the upper arm. Down and up. Knees stay bent. Shoulder blades stay back. Don't let yourself lean into this. One more time. Bring it up. Hold it. And back down again. Palms in. We're going to go to the shoulders this time. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Going from biceps to biceps 2. Hold on one second. Shoulders. So we're not going to do shoulders back to back. Sorry about that. We're not going to do shoulders back to back. Little bend in the elbow. Shoulder blades are back. We're going to do front raises. Up and up. Modification. Bend the elbows. Get the weights closer to the body if you want. And if you want to do both at the same time, go for it. Up to you. But if you're letting one arm stay at the bottom, don't let it just hang next to the leg. Keep it up just a little bit so those muscles are always under tension. And here's the key. One goes up, one goes down, meeting in the middle. Working left and right, and it works the brain. Also works those fine motor muscles to make it nice and smooth. Taking the time, the brain is sending those signals to the muscles, both sides, that you want some sort of consistency. You want that synchronicity between the left and the right. And up. That was the Police album, Synchronicity. Up. And up. We started a while ago. So if you're waiting for me to say go, go. And up. 10 seconds left. That's it. And then we're done with these. Up. Don't hurry as you get to the end. Keep the shoulder blades back so that you keep the front of the shoulder open. Don't lean into this. And back, down. Again. All right, this time we're going for top of the neck and these trapezoids up at the very top of the shoulders. Upright row, bring it up, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Your shoulders will really dictate how high you're going to bring those weights up. So you got to keep the shoulder blades back, chest is out, weights come right up the front as the elbows go out to the sides. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and then back down again. So when you get to the very top, trapezoids did the work to help bring the weights up. And now those muscles at the very top of the back under the neck are doing the job to pull the shoulder blades together and then back down again like that. We didn't start yet. 4, 3, 2, 1, countdown. Up. Shoulder blades are back. And take your time on the way down. Up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Tighten them up back there. Hold for a count or two. And then come back down nice and slow again. Again, don't go all the way down to the bottom. Up. When you get to the end of the range of motion, you hold for a count, keeping those muscles under tension. It's not for resting. It's for squeezing. Back. 10 seconds left. And down. Up. Shoulder blades back. And take it down. Into a stagger, we're going to go. Foot forward, knee over the ankle on the front leg. Back foot parallel with the front. Not out to the side. Not a warrior. We're going down. Going to bring elbows back as far as they'll go. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And hip hinge over that front leg. Extend at the elbows. And back in. That's it. Out. Squeeze those muscles in the back of the upper arms. Feel them work. And back down. Up. Shoulder blades back. So this is the one that I have the biggest problem with holding my form. I have this real tendency to drop just a little bit. And I can feel it start to tweak my lower back. Out. And back in. You want to keep those shoulder blades back. It's really important on this one that you keep that straight back. Down. And up. 2 more. There's one. One more time now. Back and in. Reverse fly. I love this exercise. Switch up on the feet. Other foot, stagger step. Other foot forward. Knee over the ankle. Make sure you're all in alignment here. Again, shoulder blades back. Hinging out over that front leg. Don't put the weight in the toes. Weights are parallel to the torso. There's so much. And roll the shoulder blades back, squeeze it, and forward. Again, modifications for this one is get the arms in closer, the weights in closer to the torso. Back and squeeze, and forward, back, and in. So all you're really looking for are those shoulder blades to squeeze together. And back down. Don't go all the way down. Don't rest. No rest. Back. And in. Shoulder blades. Squeeze them together. Come down nice and slow. Come down about halfway and then go right back into it again. Keep the shoulder blades back so you keep that neutral position. Last one. Down. Up. And one thing left. One. Little bend in the elbows. Side raise. Again, I'm going to alternate. I like doing that. Keeps the brain wired. Keeps it so that your reaction time's faster. You can do this. Gets a little more into the muscles. On this one for me today, I want to take one up, bring it down, and the other side up. Again, they're moving together, working the brain, sending the signals right and left to do 2 opposite things. See how that works? doing 2 different things at the same time. I'm not good at that. Not good at all. That almost sounds like multitasking to me. Up and up. I'm sure I've said this before, but my wife is a project manager. And man, she's all about multitasking. Up. And she's good at her job. She does a really great job at it. Man, it's a good thing one of us can do that. Up. And bring both arms down. Shoulder blades are back. Whew. That was upper body. You can set the weights down, but don't like throw them away because you're not done with them. You need to use them one more time. It's like the end of Thanksgiving meal. Hold on to your fork because you're going to have pie. We don't have enough forks to go around. It's like that. Kind of. Hey, that is coming up too. All right. Got those weights? We're going to put those together. Upper and lower body. Yeah, you saw that coming, didn't you? That's just kind of a given. First one we did was a weighted squat. So we're going to go down to that squat. Remember we had the palms forward? Reason for that? We're going to do a curl when we're down there. So down in the squat, curl, hold the elbows at about 90, come back up, and then bring the arms down. Like that. We start in 5 seconds. Grab your weights, get your feet hip width apart. Shoulder blades are back. Take it down. Take it down now. Curl. Elbows at 90. Push up. And back down. But back. Curl. Push up. So the idea was you will get each one of these exercises twice. It's just that it goes a little faster this way. Up. If we put 2 together, 5 seconds left. Down. Curl. Push up. And that was that one. Reverse lunges with the front raise. Take the left foot, step it back. Right arm comes up and down and to the other side and back. Ready? Here we go. Step. Push through that heel on the front leg, up and back down. If you want, what makes this a little more challenging, arm out and then back. Step back, bring it in, out, push through the heel, then bring the arms down. And the reason you got that weight out front when you're doing this, you really have to work the core to hold the torso upright with that front arm way out there and down. 10 seconds. Up. 5 seconds. One more time. Backing up. And right there. If you remember, we did the heel raise. I remember because it's in my notes right there. That's the only way I would remember. Shoulder blades back. Otherwise, I'd be going like, what did we do? I do that even when I have notes. It's like, what did we do? Shoulder blades are back. Up on the heels. Upright row. Shoulder blades back. Squeeze them together. Tight. Right at the base of the neck. And then come back down again. That's the exercise. Here we go. Up. Up, up. And back down. Keep a bend in the knees as you come up. Really easy to lock the knees out on this one. It comes very naturally. Don't do that. That's really hard on the joint. Up on that knee joint. And back down. You always want just a little bit of a bend in that knee. Up. Hold it. And back down. 2 more. There's 1. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Only bring the arms up as high as you can get them until it starts to hurt. Then stop and go back just a little bit. Squeeze it together and bring it back down again. All right, here we go. Dynamic lunge sideways. We're going to take the elbow, bring it back, out to the side. As the butt goes out, triceps kick back, bring it back in to the middle. So it's out, elbow back, bring it in, and back down. All right. Got it? Got it? Here we go. Step out. Lateral lunge. Elbow back. Squeeze. Bring it in. and down in the center. Back. So you're throwing a narrow row in there basically as you're coming down on the side, elbows coming back, extending at the elbow, in and back down. Up, out, in, and down. Butts right straight out, knees over the ankle, elbows back, working just at one side, in and back. Two more, elbow back, extend, bring it in, and down. Last one, out. Feel those triceps working in the back of the upper arm, bring it in. You're there. So here we go. Here we go. Hip hinge, down, Romanian deadlift. When you're down here, shoulder blades back, squeeze them together in that reverse fly. Bring the arms back to the center and come up. This one you may not want to go down too low. You don't want to get way down here. Give yourself some angle. As you bring those elbows back, make sure you're not hurting the lower back. And up. Farther you go, the more you have to work that lower back to hold and shoulders to hold your back straight. So if that's bothering you at all, just go down a little bit. It makes it a lot easier. And the important piece is you're holding these. This is the muscles we're working for, are those hamstrings and those glutes. So those are the ones we just kick that butt out as far as it'll go. Feel the muscles work. You don't have to go down that deep. And then come up nice and slow, squeezing the glutes, pushing them forward. All right, here we go. Down, back, squeeze. Bring the hands back in. Get the weights right next to the torso before you come up. So don't try to come up when the weights are out to the sides. Out, in, and bring it up. Butts right straight back, knees still over the ankle. Bring the arms out to the side. Elbows back, in, and up, down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring it up, back to center. There you go. Couple more. Down. Shoulder blades back, squeeze it together. Bring it in and up. Last one. Take your time with this. Really concentrate on this one. Knees are staying over the ankles. Butt's going right straight back. Hands out to the side. Roll the shoulder blades together. Should feel this all the way up the side of the shoulder blade. Arms back down. Weights in right next to the torso. Pushing the heels into the floor. Knees don't move. And hinge it back up again. Other side. We didn't do that other side. What we're going to do is step out. Elbow back. Triceps extension. Let me do this here so you can see it. And then push it back in again. Out to the side. Hip hinge. Out. In. And down. We're doing it. This one's for real. This one means something. In and back. Step up. Step out. Elbow back. Extend. In. Out. Narrow row. Triceps extension. Bring it in. Went the wrong way. Bring it down. Out. Elbow back. All the way back. In. Put the weights down. You can put the weights down now if you would like to. If you want to keep them, you can. That's up to you. We're going to the floor now, though. So warm-up is over. Weights are over. Last third. 20-20-20. Cardio, core, and strength. Set your mat out. Grab a bit of water before you get down. Make sure that you get hydrated before you get on the floor. Super important. We're gonna lay on our back because it feels good. Hopefully you have something soft underneath you. My mat's super thin. I don't like thick mats. They're really hard to balance on, which is good. It makes you have to work a little harder. But I also have a problem with all the movement that we do, especially with weights. Thicker mats are really hard with weights. All right. We're going to go down on the floor, squeeze, but I've got some nice heavy rubber foam padding underneath this. Really heavy, really thick. All right, lower back on the floor, squeeze the lower abs, keep your knees up in the crook position, and lower back up again. Down, squeeze, and up. This is a nice, easy start, especially with the knees up. You want to make it a little more challenging. You can take the legs out if you want. You can extend them. Have to work those lower abs just a little bit harder. Down. Create a little more challenge for you. A little more intensity, so you work those muscles just a little bit more. But it's what's right for you. Go halfway out. Squeeze. Really working on that lower back, getting down on the floor. So really what we're looking for. Down and up. We're doing a crunch. Shoulders up. And as I always stress, shoulders up just means for you not being able to feel as much of the floor, as much contact with the floor. You still may have contact with the floor. What you're doing is you're looking for the work to be done between the belly button and the rib cage. How high the shoulders comes up. That's kind of secondary. That's just kind of a cue. Remember, as you go into it, exhale. Hold. And back down. So when you do that exhale, that lengthens that back out because the spine lengthens out when that pelvis rolls forward from squeezing the lower abs. Upper abs tighten up to bring the shoulders up off the floor. And back down. Squeeze it up. Again, you want to extend the legs. Feel free. Totally your call. What you're concentrating on is just rib cage to the belly button. That's where your focus is. Exhale, feel those muscles work, tighten them up. And back, down. Again, next. Hands next to the ears. We're going to do upper body twist, just around and back down. So just the shoulders. Shoulders stay in a straight line. Hands are next to the ears, so you can drop those elbows down as far as you can get them. Come right straight up like we just did in that crunch. Roll the shoulders, feeling the muscles work on the outside of the core. And then back down again. Hold it. Back up. Rotate. Bring those elbows around front and back elbows. Move together. Keep them in a straight line or as close as you can get. So we don't want to have happen is just you take, if you turn to the left, taking that right elbow and reaching across with it, that's not getting the obliques. That's just working the chest. To pull that arm across, get the outside of the core, you need to turn that entire shoulder girdle. Back down, up on the other side. And down. Only thing you're looking for, primary, is the obliques on the outside of the core. Secondary are going to be these muscles from the rib cage to the belly button. Up, rotate. Remember, you're looking at the ceiling, not down at the floor. Chin does not come any closer to the chest at any point in this exercise. One more time. Up and around. Back down, other side. Up. Squeeze. And back down. Next. Put the hands under the butt. Extend the legs out. So this is an option. This is always an option, hands under the butt, whenever we do any type of a leg lift. So starting out, little bend in the knees, heels are on the floor, lift one leg up. What you're looking for here is to not twist. That is the key. And back down. Up. Switch legs, sorry. Alternate. And start walking those heels out if you can. Bring the leg up, straight up. Knee, toe, hip, shoulder, all in alignment. And back down, up. So I've been really remiss. This is an option of putting the hands under the butt. If that is no problem for you whatsoever, take the hands out to the side, create an arrow, so about 45-degree angle at the shoulder, and then lift up and back down, other side up. And back down. So hands under the butt again. We're going to do both legs. Start with the knees bent. We're going to work our way out. You're going to find the spot that's right for you, working those lower abs. So first thing, tighten up the core. Get that lower back on the floor, and then bring the knees up. Tuck. Bring that tailbone up off the floor, and then back down again. Go slow on the way down. Don't let the lower back come up off the floor. So now here's where you start working. Walk the heels out a little bit if you were able to keep that back on the floor. Up, squeeze, and keeping the lower back on the floor. So if that's not a problem for you, what I would say here is get the hands out from under the butt, get them out at that 45-degree angle, and then lower back on the floor, squeeze, and you're going to feel the muscles work a whole lot harder in the core. But with the hands out to the side, you may not be able to keep that lower back on the floor. If you can't, get it back under the butt or get the hands out to the side as much as you can. So have them perpendicular to the torso. That's another way you can modify this one. But any one of those are an option. Find the one that works for you. Under the butt is the easiest. Out to the side is the next option. Straight out perpendicular to the torso, and then you start going in that angle in an arrow. All right, grab onto the back of the thighs. We're going to have the knees at 90. We're in a tabletop. So from here, got it? Lower back's on the floor. Extend the knees. Feet up. How high you can go doesn't matter. And back down. So we're using the arms here to protect the lower back. So you're concentrating on that lower back on the floor. Up. And back down. And up. And back. Take the right hand, release the thigh on the right side, and extend it up. Keep your hand on the left leg for right now. I took that right hand and I rolled it out so that it's perpendicular to the torso. What I want to prevent against is leaning on that side where the leg is moving. So we're staying on the right side, up, and back down. Grab onto the back of that thigh. On the right side, let go on the left. Keep the knees right over the hips, and then extend the left knee up and back down. Make sure you're not twisting to the side. Up and back down. So you should be the quadriceps, front of the thighs, should really be working here because you've had those knees bent at 90 for quite a while. And that's up to those muscles in the front of the thigh to keep that knee at 90. And down one more time. Up and back down. Drop the legs down. The other way we can do that is feet on the floor. You're in a crook position, knees up toward the ceiling. Bring the knee up. So we're taking the right knee. Right knee comes up over the hip. Extend the right knee in and back down, and then go to the left side. Up, extend, and back down. One more time. Right leg, knee over the hip. Extend at the knee. Straight line. Alignment of all the joints. And then right foot on the floor. Bring the left foot up. Extend. And back down. So any of those options, whichever one works for you. Easiest, less intense, is feet on the floor, knees toward the ceiling. Second is bringing the hands behind the thighs. And then third is just not even touching the thighs. and working the legs with the knees over the hips. But you got to make sure that that lower back stays on the floor. Up and back down. And again, with any of these, if it's a problem, try putting the hands under the butt. But if you take that, which we did at the beginning, you'll notice the difference when you have the hands under the butt, how much the core has to work, as opposed to not being under there. So if you can, try to get the arms out to the side instead of under. But it's up to you, whatever works best. All right, so we're going to extend the legs out. We're going to have the heels on the floor, little bend in the knee. We're going to go into a tuck. So bring that left leg up. Squeeze the hip flexor, front of the hip, lower abs, bring that lower back on the floor, and then extend the foot back out. I've got the arms out to the side, up, which is kind of that median modification. You're not under the butt, but your hands are still on the floor and they're way out to the side. Make sure you don't twist. Up, squeeze it, and back out. Keep those lower abs tight. Keep the lower back on the floor through all of this. When you tuck that knee in, you should feel the tailbone come up off the floor, not the lower back, and then extend back out again. And if you could do that, hands up off the floor completely, and back out, in, and out. All right, hands next to the ears, modified bicycle. Hands next to the ears, we're going to bring up left leg, tuck the knee, shoulders come up at the same time, rotate the shoulders. This is not about the knee and elbow coming together. Again, when you move that elbow across the torso, you're using the chest muscles. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the obliques to work. And remember, rotation happens in the middle of the back. So right leg up, tuck the knee, shoulders rotate at the same time. So we're getting the upper abs, lower abs, and obliques. I always try to get in that one that you can do when you're laying on the floor with nothing else to do. And then you can work your core, and you can do it all at once by doing a bicycle like this. Knee tuck, roll the shoulders, looking up at the ceiling. Chin doesn't come down to the chest. And back down, up. One more time each side. One to the left. And down. Second one to the right. Rotate. And back down. Going to go back to those quads now. We gave them a break. Starting out in the crook position. Hands up over the shoulders. So both feet on the floor. Going to lift that left knee up so it's over the hip. Knee at 90. So hip, knee are 90-90. We're going to take the right arm, left leg, extend out. So we're doing a dead bug here. What you want to make sure of is that that lower back is on the floor and that the torso is not twisting at all. If it is twisting, don't stick the leg out as far. Go with a shorter extension. And back down. We're going to bring up the right knee this time. Knee is over the hip, knees at 90 degrees, and extend the right leg and the left arm. And back in, foot down. If you can get the leg out all the way and the arm out all the way, try to go into a tabletop, get that lower back on the floor, and then extend the right leg, left arm, and back in. Hopefully nobody's looking because I did the wrong arm leg. This time do the other arm and other leg. Out. Again, what you're looking for here, the cues you're looking for. Can you feel the lower back on the floor? And does the weight ever change from one side to the other? If it does, don't extend the leg out as far. Once you get that leg way out there, that's when you're really going to get the twist in the lower back. And if you can hold the core tight enough, the lower abs, keeping that lower back to the floor, experiment with how far you can get the leg out. Feeling that lower back, looking for those cues. Out and in, out, and back in and down. Where does the time go? Where does it go? Let's go into a seated position. Seems we just get started. Next thing you know, we have to say goodbye. Remember that Carol Burnett show? Deet, deet. Knee up, left knee up, right hand on the outside, or whatever. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Roll the shoulder blades back, chest is out. Rotation. Rotating the upper back here. Shoulders turn, chin stays up. You're always keeping that space between the chin and the chest. Roll it. Roll the shoulder blades back one more time. Bring the head around, stretch out the neck just a little bit, and go to the other side. Shoulder blades back, chest out. Roll that back shoulder. Front arm is on the right or on that front thigh, so you can rotate the back shoulder. Bring them around to straight. Roll the shoulder blades back one more time in the rotation. Get just a little bit more out of it. Bring it back to center. We're going to stand up. We are the youth of the nation. Excuse me. We got all sorts of dust down here. All sorts of dust. Been kicking up. All right. Feet are out. I'm going to stretch out those hamstrings. Butt out. Going into a hip hinge. Feet shoulder width, little plus. Roll the shoulders back. Push the butt out. Feel the stretch through the hamstrings, back of the thighs, from above the knee going into the butt. And push on the thighs to bring you back up, bringing the hips forward. Squeeze. That really does help. If you want a little assist here, just push on the butt. Makes it a little easier to keep the knees from moving. It does. Out to the side. And back up. So a side lunge, other side. Down. Notice knees over the ankle. If you ever take a class and you see that somebody's doing it and their knees out to the side, way out to the side like that, you may want to mention it to them. All right, arms down. We're going to reach up the side, just parallel with the floor, and bring it back up, other side out. Shoulder blades back, chest is open. Bring it back right in the middle, both arms down, and bring one up and around. Stretching out the chest. And back, spine straight. Crucial on this one that you keep that spine straight. So as you bring that arm up, if you get any rotation into it all, which is fine, but if you do, you got to keep that back straight. Bring it down, push up, shake the arms out. Right arm across the body, left back of the hand on the right back of the hand. And roll the shoulders. Roll the shoulders. Don't roll the torso. No stretch. We're looking for the shoulder and the upper back. If you rotate the torso, we lose that. Switch hands. Back of the hand to back of the hand. Talk to the hand. Shoulders around. And back to center. Little shoulder rolls. Bring them around, forward and back. Nothing big. Nothing big. Into a skater. Arms across the front. Stretching out the chest, stretching out the upper back. Nice and light here. Don't overdo it. Control the movement. Don't just flail. Control the movement. But don't really tighten up. It's that in between, that happy medium. Around. And that's one of my favorite music stores in Madison. Or record. Happy Medium was a music shop. All right, arms down. That's what I said. Push the butt back. Roll the hips. Bring the arms up overhead into a side bend. And back up one more time. Down in a squat. Bring the arms up overhead. We're going to do a side bend over to the other side. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring it in. Squat, arms across. Reach to the opposite side. Bring the arms up. Breathe in through the nose. Stomach out. Exhale, bring the arms down one more time. Other arm over the front this time. Reach as far as you can. Roll the hips. Bring the arms up overhead, deep breath in. And down in the stomach, exhale. We're there. Thank you guys for being here. As always, I do really, really appreciate it. And I will see you again later this week or next.